So hi guys, welcome back to our channel, and today I have Chase with me, and today we are going to be doing our first back to school video, and today is August 1st, so school is coming up in a month or so, so we are going to be starting all of our back to school videos. So today what we are going to be doing is comparing high school to middle school. So as you guys know, I am going into freshman year and Chase is going into sophomore year, which means this is my first year at high school and this is Chase's second year at high school. So we have a bunch of topics that we're going to be talking about, and I'm going to tell you guys how it's like at our middle school, and Chase is going to tell you how it is at our high school.
So first we're going to talk about what happens before school, like right before the first bell rings.
At the high school and the middle school, the first bell rings at the same exact time. So in my middle school, we have like these weird one-way hallway things, and it's like a big circle. So everyone kind of just hangs out with their friends and walks around the circle until the first bell rings. And then when the second bell rings, there's literally nobody in the hallway. And if you don't get to class on time, your teacher's going to be like, you need to go to the attendance office and get a blue note or some weird thing like that. And I've had to do that before, and it's stupid because there's usually like 15 people in there, and then you have to wait in line for 20 minutes. It's literally annoying.
For the high school, a lot of kids get taken by an older brother or sister. So if you don't have an older brother or sister that can drive, then you're usually taking a bus. Or if you live close, I think there's only like a handful of kids that walk to school. Most of the kids walk around the school, but there's a lot of kids that go into the lunchroom, just sit around and play on their phones. And when I get to school, it's usually like right before the bell rings because Blake takes forever to get ready. So it's like I don't really know what happens that much before the bell.
So I definitely think it's different between middle school and high school because obviously high school kids really don't care and they just have like their phones out. But more when you're at middle school, it's kind of just like you're trying to hide from the teachers and the principals from getting dress coded, and you're like hiding your phone down here, and yeah.
Most of the teachers in the school don't really care if you have your phone out, but freshman year there's a lot of teachers that really care about you having your phone out. They don't want to give you the habit of having your phone out all the time during class. So like you're actually paying attention.
I would be too nervous to anyway.
Why?
I don't know. Plus I feel like there's really nothing to do on your phone.
And if you get caught with your phone, it's not like a penalty hall or anything if the teacher doesn't like it. They'll just like tell you to put it away. But then there's like one teacher that got really mad at everybody when they have their phone out. So if you're late for first hour, they don't send you to the attendance office. They just mark you tardy and that's it.
How many tardies do you get?
If you get 3 tardies, they'll give you a detention, but if you get like 10 or something like that, I think it's you fail the class. For the first week of high school, for the freshmen, they don't mark tardies at all because they're trying to like find their way, I guess.
So now we're going to talk about teachers, and I definitely think the middle school teachers are way more strict about getting your work done, turning everything in on time, dress code, and just overall, they're more worried about getting you more stressed out for high school than actually doing anything else, honestly. So I had one teacher all the time that told me, you guys are gonna all fail high school because you never get your work done. All the freshmen I know from like last year, they say nobody even cares if you turn your work in. So like, I don't know what to believe anymore.
So it's kind of the same thing as the phone situation. A lot of the teachers will care and they'll just remind you to turn your work in and everything, and they'll ask if you've got it done and you just forgot to turn it in. But then some of the teachers don't really care, but it's the same thing. They're just trying to like get the habit of you turning your work in all the time.
So the biggest difference probably is in high school, they kind of just like, if you don't do your work, then you don't do your work. But then like at the very end of like the semester or the quarter, they just fail you. Where in junior high, the teachers are always on your back. You have this missing, you have that missing, and then they won't leave you alone until you turn it in. If you don't turn it in, you get like this weird Friday thing where you have to stay there till like 6 o'clock, which is off.
Yeah, that sucks. They don't really do anything like that for high school. It's just, if you don't turn your work in, they don't really care, and you just get you don't get any detentions or anything. You fail the class, and then the real consequences when you get home.
So now we're gonna talk about like gossip and drama and stuff, and obviously this is way different for girls and boys. So we're gonna tell like, you know, the girls and boys side of the story, and middle school and high school, I guess you could say. But in middle school, drama is a huge thing. Like, I don't even think you went to middle school if you don't even say there was drama. I can already feel it going away because me personally, I feel like we're going into high school, and if someone's talking about me, I just don't care anymore, so yeah.
So in high school, I really don't know a lot about drama, but I know that most of it's all died down, and it was really bad for us in middle school, but I've never really had to deal with it. Because like me and Asha are just kind of like, if you're nice to everybody, who even cares? Because nobody's going to be mean to you anyway. But it's really bad with the girls, really, really bad. And some of the girls are still doing it, even in high school, and it's kind of just annoying. It's like, if somebody's like trying to be mean to me or just like trying to come at me, I just block them on everything. It's not like I see them any time of the day anyway, because that's just how spaced out everything is in high school. So also in high school, you're not really gonna have the same kids in every class. I'm sure you'll have like the same kid in like 2 of your classes. So if like you're having drama with a kid in one of your classes, then it's not like you see them all the time. So it's not like it's really a chance for drama to happen anyway.
Well, for me, between classes, I used to do a lot of weird stuff because, well, in 6th and 7th grade, I was always just like afraid to do that stuff. But I used to play, in 8th grade, I played leapfrog in the hallways. During like, between homeroom and yearbook all the time, I did a lot of weird stuff. And I just used to run around and just scream all the time just because like I didn't care. But obviously I'm not doing that next year just because.
Yeah, you'll get beat up.
Yeah, probably.
So in between classes in the high school, it's either there's kids that are fighting, because that's the time to fight, is in between classes. You can hear kids screaming at teachers and stuff.
Jeez.
That was especially from lunch to homeroom. That's when that happened a lot, was kids screaming at teachers and stuff because they're just out of control. See kids kissing each other, people just screaming stuff, and it's just random. And it's just weird, but it's just best for you to mind your own business and just keep walking and try not to make contact with anybody. Like Blake's friend would always push me in the hallway, and that's about the most action I've got between classes.
A lot of teachers literally just sit in their classrooms and you'll never see them leave. But all the teachers that love dress coding people literally just sit out in the hallway outside their doors and just stare at everyone like this. And it's really creepy.
The teachers staying in the classrooms is a big part of the problem why there's so many fights in high school, is because none of them really care. But then there's never going to be like one teacher just sitting out by themselves out of their classroom. It's usually like 2 teachers like talking, and that's usually when you'll get caught.
Oh my god. Dress code in middle school is so bad. Like, if I had just this little hole right here, like this little piece that I'm pointing to, get out of the school. If you have shorts that are probably down to like right here, get out of the school. If your shoulder is showing like this much, get out of the school.
In high school, the teachers don't really care that much. There'll be like a principal that'll stop you every now and then, but not really for the older kids either. They don't really care because they're not going to go back and change, and it's just different. They don't care that much.
Making friends in middle school isn't really that hard, because if you see someone like in one place, you're going to see them like 100 more times in the same day. You have to like know someone through someone, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just like, I don't know. It's really weird in our school. Like, it's really hard to just like go up to someone and say hi and just be friends with them. Like, if you're friends with someone who's friends with them, obviously everyone's friends, I guess. It's really weird. Don't ask me how. I didn't make it.
In high school, the way I kind of made friends is just you say something to them one time and then you just talk. It's just like the first time talking to them is hard, but then it's like it's not that hard. But for me, it wasn't that hard to make friends at all because I can talk to people pretty easily.
Yeah, me too.
But like trying to make friends with upperclassmen isn't even hard either, except especially Blake's class. That'd probably be hard because they really hate everybody for no reason at all.
So in the first week of school, if you're like, I don't know, it's hard to keep the same friends from week 1 to the last week of school, because I can't even explain it. There's just so much drama that you'll probably lose half your friends.
I had a completely different experience. I've had pretty much the same friends since like 5th grade. You know, in middle school, like the first day of school, you weren't really worried about not having any friends in the class because everybody's pretty much has the same class. But in high school, you kind of do have to worry about it because, well, unless you have a lot of friends, you have to worry about not having any friends in the class because there's just so many classes and they're all spread out and people pick different classes and it's just harder to get with get in classes with your friends. So my advice for freshmen is for the first week of school, it's not as scary as it seems, especially for our school because it's so small. I guess it's kind of scary because you're walking in the hallway and you just see a crap ton of people making out and it's kind of gross.
You and Asha?
No. I guess a lot of people are kind of nervous like before they've actually like been inside the school, but like once you're in there, it's not complicated at all. And once you figure out the hallways and you have like a friend tell you on how everything works, it's not that scary at all. If there's a class that you're not allowed to have your phone out at all, you better be really good at daydreaming because it's a good skill to have.
I'm used to not having my phone out though.
Yeah. So especially if you're involved in a sport, it helps you make more friends even with the upperclassmen, and it just kind of feels like they're older brothers to you, kind of. So that's another thing is you should probably get involved in as many clubs or sports as possible because it really helps you become more popular if you're interested in that.
So thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you thumbs it up. Make sure you subscribe to Chase's channel, Chase Grigorchek, and my channel, Karli Reese. So thank you guys for watching. Get this video to like 23,000 thumbs up. And stay tuned for more back to school videos, so subscribe.
So comment down below if there's any more back to school video ideas that you would like for us to do.
So we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.